What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a battle report update for the Digimon TCG. We just took place in Unsung events, online regionals, just yesterday, September the 6th. We did 106th place, so we got some 128 prizing. I wish we would have done a little bit better. Had we won our last match, we potentially could have been in top 64. We went 9 rounds. Did a record of 4 wins, 2 ties, and 3 losses. Unfortunately, day started out really good. One pretty much I didn't have a loss until round 7. So literally all my losses were the last 3 rounds. So it got really hard later on in the day for me. But I had a couple ties in there, but mostly just wins and ties all the way up to round 7. So I was feeling pretty great about the day. I was just, I just figured, I just need 1 or 2 more wins, and I could see a decent top potentially. I would have seen a decent top. One top would have either put me in top 64 or better. I think the last person who had 17 points was 65th place. So I might have bubbled out, but probably top 64, and another win or tie would have put me even higher. So unfortunately, we didn't do as good as we hoped to do, but we did get top 128. So we're getting an extra special event pack, which we want because we still need 1 Shadramon promo from that event pack. I really don't care about the event pack 8 stuff. But yeah, so we do have some stuff to talk about, so we'll get into it. We'll talk about the deck list, we'll talk about the matchups, and how it overall went, and how we felt about this deck, and what kind of changes we might make. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. So the deck, as you can see, we took Omnimon DNA. I love DNA Digivolve decks. I did the best deck I've ever done. The deck I've done the best with in my Digimon career has been Imperial Blue-Green DNA. I did really well with Virus Imperial DNA. I won the Ultimate Cups I went to. So it's just one of those things that, I feel really at home with DNA Digivolve decks. So with the new iteration of Omnimon being so consistent, I thought, hey, this is the deck I need to run. I'm good with these decks. So we went into it. Of course, we're playing the 4 Sumamon. Because it is a CS trait card, it'll activate things like your Kuremi Detective Agency. If you don't have anything else you can put on the field, if you don't have a Tamer, CS Tamer, or if you don't have the CS Gabumon or Agumon in the back, before you can play this, before you play, say, a Gabumon or Agumon, and search out something, and it'll be live. So and as well as the Sumamon gets you an extra draw when you actually play. You got to remember to draw, which is a big problem. I need to remember to draw off the Sumamon when I play a CS trait Digimon, even if it's not by an effect. It's just when it's played. So if you hard play something, you just got to remember to draw before you search, because there's a lot of search power in this deck, so you're always just wanting to search. Getting into the cards we chose, we went with the CS build is better, just more consistent. So we went all in on CS, Gabumon, and Agumon. Makes sense. I don't think I would change that. This guy is just so good, especially if you're not going to play the BT17 guy. I would say both of these are just really good. It sucks to put these guys in the back, unfortunately, because they're just literally on plays, but they're just so good to pitch and get back later, and just so made with Mirais and stuff like that. So I definitely think that you need to have 4 and 4 of these. I'm thinking I did play 3 and 3 of the Gabumon and Agumon. Now these guys are important because you only need 1 of them. You need 1 of them and 1 of the CS trait guys. And you don't even need the CS trait guys. So that if you start with 3 and have a 1 mat and 1 tie on the field, you can go into your 6 Costage Evolution and maintain turn, because you're gonna gain 3 back from having Wargreymon, Melgarurumon, and 1 of these guys on the board when you Digivolve your second guy. So these guys I actually feel really good about. I don't know if I feel good about them at 3. I thought 3 was going to be good, but the fact is that when you search with these guys and you whiff, you just put the cards back on top of your deck, which is not always bad, but it is sometimes bad if you're looking for specific pieces and those weren't in those 3 cards. So I definitely think I'm considering maybe dropping one of each of these guys, but I do like the high number of rookies. So the only thing I could think about playing is Ukomon, because Ukomon would just continue to help, fuel the searching in this deck. So especially if you don't open Nokia, I think that's kind of important. So I'm thinking about potentially dropping these to 2 for 2 Ukos at least, and then maybe dropping something else for another Uko. War Greymon. This is War Greymon, Malgrumon. This is the perfect lineup. 2 of the old BT17 one, 4 of the new one. Again, you want those CS trait ones. They're the cheaper ones. You want Nokia on the board. If you don't get it, at least if you get these guys, you can combo off with the Matt and Ty. That's okay. And you only need one of these, and then the opposite in the CS trait. So I think perfect number-wise, this is good. Although I do like the BT17 Metal Garurumon better, just because its ability to stun Tamers is so good against certain decks. And it was very clutch today. When we did the tournament, it was just super good. I wish I could run more, but you want those CS numbers because you want to, hit things off of your, Detective Agency, off of your Mirai. You want to be able to have stuff to discard to draw into. You just want, you want stuff to search off your Gabumon. So just more important, but the Malgarumon for BT17 is super good. The Omnimon line, I don't know if I would change anything. I did like having one ace. I did have 2 aces, but I cut it because this guy is so important. I would not run this guy at less than 3 of, I don't think. The only thing I can think of is cutting the Alter B, potentially to run another ace or a 4th BT22 Omni. Although there was one match where this was the only way I would have won if I had drawn into it. So it's a good card, and it can get you. In fact, you got D-Digivolve. It literally, it was like, I think like 10. It was like 10 cards down. If I could have searched enough and got it, I would have won the game. Unfortunately. So I do like the thought of Alter B. It's mostly a win more card, but it's so good that I feel like I just don't know if I don't want to have it, because it in certain circumstances it would be insanely good if you had it. There's also Nokia. You gotta have 4 Nokia. I'm a firm believer on that now. You need this card as quickly as possible. Gotta have 4. That's why we run 3 Mirai, because we want to draw into the Nokia as soon as possible. What's really nice is when you Mirai at the start of the turn, you don't get the Nokia off the draws, but then you draw into her in the next turn, and you're just like, yep, this works. 3 Ty, yeah, absolutely. 3 Ty Matt, gotta have it. You want to see one of those too if you possibly can. Now, if you don't see it, as long as you see the Nokia, you still have, potential to do a lot of stuff. So I would say it's not a total loss, but you want to see one of each of these on the field every game if possible, and which is why we have to run 4 Miraculous Magnite, because if your opponent hits it as security, you're playing free ties. Also being able to play your Gabumons from the trash and continue to search, or your Agumon, which allows you to then add back pieces that you don't have, say like your level 6s or your Omnimons. So important. The Tamer lineup is solid. Maybe I could play another Mirai, honestly, for more consistency, but as of right now, I think that's pretty good. I'd probably make the changes to the level 3 lineup first and then see how that helps the deck. And the Karemi Detective Agency, I'm kind of hit or miss on it because it is a memory boost card, but if you whiff, you can whiff easier with this because you need a CS trait card, and you could easily, reveal, a Tamer, one of the other Omnimons, and one of the old other cards, and then you whiff on this card. You still get the memory, although it's kind of, I wish I'd had like another way to gain memory, or just another way to play ties or mats for cheap. Maybe Greymons, maybe those BT, BT 17 Greymons would be a better, because then at least on deletion you can play the mats. But I don't know, having the memory is nice. So I'm not 100% sold on this card, but I'm also not 100% not sold. The fact is that I can play it if I have this flipped is really good, or play it if I have any of my CS guys on board is really good. So I'm still undecided on this. Right now I'm 50-50 on it. But that is the deck, guys. That is what we piloted, and we did very well. It was really fun. Had some really great matches. So going into the first round, I went 2-0 against Gallant X. Then in round 2, I tied against Gallant X. We never started game 3. I won game 1. He won game 2. Just turboed me out. And then in round 3, I went 2-1 against Adventure. Adventure's still pretty good too. Was able to get one round against me. In round 4, we went 2-1 against Pure Galaxy. I didn't think I was going to win that one. That one came out of nowhere. Really, still really good deck. Round 5, it was a tie against Royal Knights. We had just started game 3, just before time, but we knew we weren't going to get through the game. The other 2 games were way too long. And I think I want to say, like, I can't remember if that was the game that I would have. Was that the game I would have won if I had Alter B? Yeah, I think that would have been the game I would have won if I would have had Alter B. So, or maybe not. I can't even remember. Oh no, that was I think that was like versus Levia potentially. Anyways, so yeah, so we have so then round the Royal Knights game, it was pretty close, but yeah, it was just, I could have potentially won had we got through game 3. Round 6 went 2-0 against Sakuya X. That was a really good match too. And that's when I started to realize Rune Mode is a problem for this deck. But in Sakuya, not as much as in other decks. Round 7, I went 1-2 against Purple Hybrid. So I did win one round, but Purple Hybrid is so gas and just still so good. It's just so good. Like it's ridiculous how good Purple Hybrid still is, with certain cards, and just it's just keeps things going. And honestly, I got round 7 was when I started to get really subpar hands, not being able to get to Nokia or even a Matt tie, having to play big cost guys for like 11 to do plays that my opponent was able to get around. Just wasn't that great. So just not being able to conserve memory, because it's such a OTK aggro deck, Purple Hybrid, you can't just let it go, because it'll kill you in a couple turns if you're not careful. Round 8, I got slammed by Levia, just destroyed. Like I said, had I got the Alter B in one of the matches, I would have been able to de-digivolve his retaliation blocker, his Ruin Mode, and then I could have basically cleared the board and attacked with Alter B and just finished the game. So yeah, it unfortunately didn't have the card. You only play one of it. It's a win more card, but yeah, I would have at least won one match, maybe two, because we would have gone to game 3. And then round 9, I got slammed again by Jesmon GX. Holy moly. The guy just literally played a bunch of floodgates and then played Genku X every time and made his board immune to everything. So nothing I did could do anything. And you don't have the ability to attack over a bunch of stuff because, and even then, if you attack, he Jesmon GXs and either gets rid of your Omni, or if you have Omnimon Ultra S, he blocks because he's the same amount of DP. It's just crazy. It's a nuts play. And then with all these immune floodgates on the board, I can't play things by effects. It got to the point I couldn't do anything one turn. I couldn't play things by effects. I couldn't use the memory from Karemi Detective Agency. I couldn't do anything. He just kept playing floodgates, and then just Genku, give me a ton of memory, make them invincible, and then do it all over again next turn. It was just insane. But yeah, so I didn't have a good matchup against that deck. Levia and Purple Hybrid. I have a pretty good matchup against everything else that I faced. But those last three decks, it just did not have good matchups against. And you know, for the two of those three games, I drew pretty subpar. So I had the hardest draws of that entire day. But that's the chance you take in a DNA Digivolve deck, especially with such a high top end and just high and low and no middle. It's kind of the chance you take. But I had a lot of fun. The matches were a lot of fun. The last couple matches weren't as fun because, like I said, it wasn't really me doing anything. It was basically me being stopped by my opponent from absolutely doing anything. So I wasn't responding to them. I was just literally just being, ruin mode stopped me from doing anything against Levia. Jesmon stopped me from doing anything against my opponent's board. Just couldn't get around anything. But the Purple Hybrid game was at least very back and forth, right? There was a pretty good chance, there was a chance I could have won and stuff like that had I just had a little bit better of cards. So, but it was really fun. Great tournament, great turnout. 106th place. I still did top 128, so I still got in a top bracket. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, I'm going to work with this deck and potentially take it to the next September online regionals and hopefully do better with it. We'll see. Maybe I'll run something else. But right now, I'm really loving this deck. And it's really fun and it's consistent. And like I said, I love DNA digital decks. So let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think about the tournament? Do you think I could have made the deck a little bit better? Do you think the Ukos would be better than going maxing out on those old school Agumon Gabumons? What other potential changes do you think I could make? And what do you think about the matchups? Do you think I did as well as I could have done under the circumstances, or do you think I could have done better? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.